pod.
Gotta see that.
Man, you crazy in real life. I will hurt your fucking feelings. I'll straighten that motherfucker puff out like you don't understand. It's real.
That's it. Fun. That
It's
shit just
fucking
tickled you, huh,
real
Ray?
out here.
Ray just over that tickle, huh? That one
You
just
just got here.
Cause you don't
Yes,
understand.
got
Like it's
that one just tickled
real
you
out
pink, huh?
here.
You just got here.
This shit
So
is
why
real.
you even said anything to me?
Your gut is busted, huh?
You just got here. Why you saying anything to me?
I seen you slap your knee and everything at that one.
You
We
just
know how
got
your
here.
weekend went.
Keisha, don't be laughing at that shit.
No, because you just showed up and now
My
you
nigga
be
is a
calling out
little
everybody.
frosty
You boy,
today.
what
One time for
Buddy
feminism.
with the bad attitude.
you
Okay.
Listen your Cheerios today, because baby, you need to go wake up and start this day over, nigga.
Yeah, we starting this with feminism, baby. Yeah. That's how we starting
Cheerios.
this today.
Oh shit.
We
I don't
starting
eat
this with-
Cheerios.
Yeah. Feminism.
I ate vitamin toast brunch.
You do? You sound like it too.
Clearly. What's bragging?
Vitamin Boast brunch. That's the first time I heard that shit.
Big dude.
That's hilarious. Vitamin Boast brunch.
I'm calling you slime for the rest of the goddamn show.
That's
Yeah, right.
Hell no. Lucious Williams Podcast, episode 43. I'm pandemic proof, Lou. I got my friends this with me on this Drizzy Day weekend. Shout out to the homie Drizzy. He's a big fan of the pod. He hasn't watched any of them.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this here. I got my friends that's with me. Lena Dane, Buddy, Ray, Keisha for Calculus, BJ. How y'all doing? How's y'all's week? Whoever wants to speak first can start it off. Y'all don't want Ray, how was your week?
I'll go first. My week was okay. I'm still in training. And went to help my mom cook and gonna go to a Cardinals game tomorrow and do training again next week.
No.
Nice.
Keisha, how's your week?
Been pretty good. Just been chilling. Waiting for these barbecues to pop off tomorrow. Playing nurse. I just got my daughter's second Pfizer shot on Friday, so that's been fun. But besides that, just been in the house.
Buddy.
Man, I've been on a run, a straight bad luck. So what I've been doing is going to work, coming home, and just laying down. Ain't nothing bad happen to you laying down.
That's why you trying to take it out on us. That's why you came on this pod
So,
today with a whole
when I'm on
episode.
Karma, nigga.
When I'm on a run of bad luck, right, what I do is just lay down until something good randomly happens. So the day before yesterday, I went to Popeyes and I ordered the 3-piece spicy wings with one extra biscuit. So I'm supposed to get 2, right? Open the box, it was 3. Bruh, my luck has changed. Fuck is you saying? And everything been great ever since I got 3 biscuits.
Later Dane.
The logic ain't failed me yet.
Later Dane, how was your week?
Yo.
How do you
It
follow
wasn't 3 biscuit good, but it was good. You know what I'm saying?
I think it says it's like a biscuit.
That's how I know my luck changed. When you ain't doing nothing and then something randomly good happens to you, when you ain't even doing nothing, that's how you know your luck turned around.
This is the nigga that's gonna carry. This nigga's finna carry this pod tonight, guy.
Nah, I ain't carrying shit.
Buddy's finna carry this motherfucker tonight. I seen the energy pre-production. Later Dane, how was your weekend? Or how was
My
your week?
weekend was excellent. My week was great. I feel good. I look good. Shit, it's popping.
I'm trying to figure out who glasses you got on. I'm gonna let you know later.
BJ, how was your week? How's your week, BJ?
I got kind of pissed off. I was supposed to be able to apply for retirement from the military on Thursday, but then they told me I can't because I got to extend my enlistment. But I was supposed to hit 20 years in July, but they say my enlistment's up in April, which don't make sense to me.
Hold on, repeat that?
Yeah, I hit 20 years next year in July. I was trying to retire in September of next year. But somehow my enlistment says that I'm done at the end of April next year.
Of the next year?
No, like
okay.
Before retirement.
Before I would be hitting 20 years.
Right.
Oh.
Now I gotta go and extend for 4 months.
To make it to 20.
To make it to 20.
Damn, son. You having the worst luck with this shit.
It's just, other than that, wasn't no snakes in the building, so I'm thankful.
That's good.
Does anybody care how my week was?
Yeah, Lou, how was your week?
Yes, Lou, how was your week?
I'm trying to find Lena's glasses.
I'm so glad you guys asked. No, my week was straight.
She look like Miss Jetson with them glasses on.
Nah, I'm gonna give it to you in a minute.
Some Cruella DeVille shit. You over here raising Dalmatians and shit. I could dig it. My week was all right, man. I got my second shot, so I'm vaccinated now. I gotta listen to dumbass niggas tell me what this vaccination's finna do to me long term.
When did you get it?
Huh?
When did you get it?
I got it Thursday.
So you're not vaccinated?
I got my second shot Thursday.
Oh, listen to me, sir. You gotta
wait like 14 days.
14 days after your second shot is when you're fully vaccinated.
Nigga, I'm vaccinated now. I got the second shot. The fuck?
You're not listening. Niggas. Okay, you don't want to listen.
These niggas think they Dr. Fauci now. Okay.
Niggas.
You ain't
I'm
vaccinated.
just trying to help you be informed, sir.
I was around groups of people too, just celebrating regular and shit. You told me this last week on the pod, nigga. Damn, I done fucked this up already.
Yep.
Oh, man, I need to get my cash app together. Please donate. Please help. No, my week was straight, man. I got my second vaccine shot. Did some shows. Had a good time with good people, man. Guess what, BJ?
What's that, brother?
Guess what right now?
What?
Guess what, buddy?
What's that?
Guess what, Lady down?
What's good?
Keisha, guess what?
What?
We ain't got no topic tonight. We ain't got a damn topic tonight.
Oh, I love it.
We got topics. It's just
I love it.
We kind of got them, but we ain't got them tonight. This is the Labor Day weekend show right now.
We don't need no topics.
We don't need no. We got Buddy. We got Lena Dane who's lit right now. BJ, he'll start get going in about 30 minutes when that liquor kick in a little bit.
I'm trying to eat this cheeseburger.
I don't know where you at with it right now. Right, Netta, you need to get with it. How Birdman say, get with it or get lost. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So since we ain't got no topics, let me ask y'all something. Will y'all perform oral sex on the first date?
Yes.
Would you perform oral sex on like a one night stand, like you meet her like out and about?
Yes.
The energy is vibing.
I'll perform oral sex on a prostitute, nigga. I don't care.
Yes. As long as she don't taste like pennies, we good.
Like who?
Pennies.
You drink Hennessy? That ain't nothing but boiled pennies.
It ain't.
What if she did taste like Hennessy though?
Oh, then I'm there all night.
They say he getting drunk there, nigga.
I'm hanging out there all night.
Would you perform for oral sex on the first date?
The first, like you meet her. You meet her like, you know what I'm saying, somewhere random. You know, you wasn't even anticipating on meeting this young lady. Say you walking in You went to Quick Trip real quick because you need some gas. You went to the gas station. Y'all walking out together. You just strike up conversation because she got some leggings on. Just imagine them leggings. You know them leggings that look like graffiti, not graffiti, but like hieroglyphics. The real booty shaking leggings, not the ones where she really about to do yoga, but the ones that make the booty extra shaped leggings.
Amazon pants.
How long is this fucking question?
So she got them on.
Question.
I gotta tell the story now. So you see her, she walking in the booty
We're in the
extra
story.
shape. She ain't got no drawers on, or it's a thong. One of the two. But anyway, the booty
This is
extra
some
shape.
shit
Y'all
that he
vibe.
did. He's just trying to get confirmation that it's okay because he ate the booty. Like, that's how this is.
All right, for
It's
the lady,
okay.
say he
Do what
walking
you do.
out. Say he
Black
walking out
power.
with a pair of gray
Gray
sweatpants on.
sweatpants season.
That's one size too small. And his print looked like you ain't gonna be talking about him in the closet when you think he gone.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let me give you a piece of advice. Just because he has a nice print don't mean that he can fuck.
I'm talking about oral sex.
Mm-mm.
So y'all talking, y'all
Well,
vibing.
well.
Y'all decide that y'all want to do, grown folks business. Do you perform oral sex on that meet and greet and initial freak?
No.
No.
You know, I don't know you well enough to feel like I want your dick in my mouth. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
And look, I agree.
I kind of like dick in my mouth.
I agree. Y'all very
liking it and wanting you because I just met you. No, because if that's the case, I meet another guy trying to put his dick in my mouth. No, I gotta like you and know you well enough to be like, you can actually get inside of that space.
Right now to grow up. Grow up right now.
I will stay childish as fuck because there is no way in hell I'm finna meet some dude in some gray jogging pants after the gas station. Be like, oh yeah, I want to see how his dick feel in my mouth. The fuck?
But what if he say I got $60?
I'm a prostitute now.
Oh, so this is how this
$15 more
going
than what everybody
I'm
else.
a prostitute now, right?
That's what it sound like, right?
What if he? Okay, what if you ran out of gas?
There's no way you can change how I feel about this. So stop trying. I'm not doing it, nigga.
But what if you ran out of gas?
I don't give a fuck.
And you left your car at home.
I got AAA for a reason. That's why I paid for it. And right now I ain't even got a car, but I still got it. So no, we're good.
So Keisha, what if you at the gas station?
No, you can't. No, you can't talk me into that either.
What if you at the gas station?
That ain't got shit to do with it. If I want to suck dick, I'm gonna suck dick. Like point blank, period.
So the vibe is the vibe.
What would you do,
buddy? It's a vibe, it's a vibe.
What would you do, buddy?
Nah, I ain't eating no vagina on the first meet and greet.
For some reason, I don't believe you. I do not believe you, buddy. I'm just gonna put this shit right on out there. I don't fucking believe you.
Why not me?
Listen, if y'all meet an attractive person and y'all vibing sexually, first of all, oral sex is just regular sex.
What she look like?
Yeah, if this is 97, then you
whatever it is that you find attractive, that's what she look like.
All right, I'm doing it.
And she smell good.
I'm doing it.
She smell like
mangoes and cucumbers.
She smell like peaches in heaven.
Oh,
you're gonna be eating that box.
What kind of pizza?
I'll be like, I'll have a tomorrow.
I said peaches.
Oh, peaches. Oh, they not really that good.
Hey,
now,
I'll be like, I'll have
now she smelled like Papa John's pizza.
Oh God, no.
That white's only.
How did we get here?
What are we doing? You should have cut right off a long time ago. Go ahead with your time.
That white's only pizza, man.
Like, how did we get here?
Okay, so I guess the segue came through. So
now you know that white's only pizza be hit with extra sauce. That's all I'm saying. If it smelled like white's only pizza with extra sauce.
Shut the fuck up, buddy. I'm talking. Like seriously, let's get off of pizza. That's horrible. Let's not do that.
I'm just saying.
No,
I'm gonna find who your glasses look like.
So
next.
Hey, I don't give a damn. So I was watching Drink Champs, and there was a clip where Trick Daddy was talking about not only booty eating but receiving him getting his ass ate. So I wanted to ask the guys, do y'all enjoy getting y'all ass ate? And then for the ladies, do y'all eat ass? Go.
Just dropped it there.
Nobody. So nobody.
No. Look. My dick got harder, but I didn't know why. That's all I'm saying, and I don't do it all the time. Don't do it all the time. I don't know if I was super excited. My heart was beating out of my chest. My legs were perpendicular. I was feeling good in the moment.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not a fan of it. I just there's just no way to
Have
do
you
that.
tried it? How do you know you're not
Yes.
a fan?
Okay, so yes, it's been done to me before. And I'm not a fan. For one, there's like no masculine way to have that done to you.
Yeah, you're not about to have my legs up like you changing
straight
my diaper.
bitch made no matter which way you take it.
And women be trying to get niggas to be bitch made, and that's the part we don't.
Exactly. You are her bitch. Ain't no.
I was on my Mariah Carey Dream Lover shit. I was like, Dream Lover, come rescue.
You're not changing my diaper so you can eat my booty. We're not doing that. You're not holding both my ankles.
Hey, you stretch your abdomen out.
No, you can then putting powder on me and stuff when you're done. We're not doing all that. I ain't never had it done to me. I never want it done. I don't even like one of my cheeks to be touched. It feels a little weird.
That shit make your toes curl though. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You just like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it feels good, but I don't know. I can't see me doing it. There's certain places where my mouth is not supposed to be. Now you can put your mouth wherever you want to put it, but I'm not putting my mouth there.
So you can get your cheeks ate, but you ain't eating no cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I can't do it because I can't visualize.
Now, fellas,
I'm a recipient of everything. I am willing for everything. I'm a recipient all the time. I am not doing certain shit. Period.
Yeah.
I don't go past that little gooch part. Like I can. I'll lick a ball or two. I mean,
I lick the hell out of them, but we ain't going. No.
You know, one or the other. I got you. I can't lick your ass though.
Wait, Keisha, you said you're eating cheeks? What you said?
No, that is not what I said. I can't give it. I can't give it because I can't put my mouth somewhere where fecal matter hasn't been. It took me a while to even be okay with the other end of that oral, spectrum. But I can't receive it either because I don't like the after effect. Like I've never had it done, but I can imagine that it doesn't. It don't feel right.
Wait, so you don't want your cheeks ate either?
Nah, because isn't it like nice and wet and sloppy? That just reminds me of having diarrhea.
Keisha. No, Keisha, you need it done, bro.
So you need it done. It's the difference between life and death.
Hey,
you need this shit done.
You need it. You don't even know that you need it, but you need it done, bro.
Okay, is it similar to being eaten from the back? Is it that enjoyable? I can do that.
Girl, Keisha, you need it done, bro.
She said you need them buns wet.
That's fucking horrible.
It's a necessity. You need food, water, shelter, and them cheeks.
Don't close everything out. Experience that shit.
It made my calves tense up just a little bit. Just a little bit. I
never ate no cheeks either.
I got a question. This always baffles me. Which one is better to look at when you break up with your ex? Is it them upgrading to be something better, or is it them falling the fuck off without you? Which one is better to look at? Which one?
Which
one is better to look at?
Yeah, as a ex, you be like, oh, my ex fell off. Hell yeah, I was probably the greatest thing ever happened.
It's obviously them falling off.
Not with me.
I think the upgrade. I would be happy with the upgrade.
Yeah, me too.
Because the thing is, and no flex on all the flex, fuck that. I upgrade people. So when we break up, of course, I'm going to expect you to be on some high caliber shit. Like, that's what I taught you to do. Good fucking job. That's where it's supposed to be at. You ain't supposed to go downgrade. The fuck?
Nah, if you downgrade, that means there's a chance you're gonna hit me up. But if you upgrade, now you feel like you better without me, you good. So now you have completely moved on.
Like, that's not an issue. Nah,
what if you're a motivator? Like you said, you upgrade motherfuckers. What if you're a motivator? Can you look at me like, look at her? You know, I do nothing.
That shit. But see, the crazy thing is, like, it ain't the ex that I ain't cool with. It ain't well, maybe one, but I'm cool with my ex. So I want to see them do good. I want to see them motherfucker upgrade. We was in each other's life for a reason. You were supposed to learn a lesson, and clearly, you learned that motherfucker lesson, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
I like it to be where I see him off the side of the highway and they begging for money, and I give them $5 and like, get your life together.
Good God.
Hey,
I know life is rough. I'm gonna buy your air mattress soon.
Damn.
I'm gonna purchase your
my spirit ain't even like that.
Yeah, I ain't that cold blooded.
I'm cold blooded, man.
You cold ass nigga, dog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like to see a motherfucker struggling. I don't like to see you happy in fucking Costa Rica. The fuck
I'm not interested in seeing you happy without me. I'm not interested in seeing you happy without me.
That sounds like some bitter shit. Like,
okay, well, call me bitter Betty, nigga. I don't care.
I mean, I agree with them. It's not really being bitter. I don't care, but if I feel like I'm the best thing to you, like,
exactly.
And life gets better.
Right? Can't nothing beat. If I feel like I'm the best thing to happen to you, you can't get nothing that's better than me.
Exactly.
Period.
Precisely.
I don't feel that.
Because I feel that way. Everything else you do is irrelevant, and it's beneath us and beneath me. So,
but what if they do get something?
I want to see my exes doing better. I definitely do.
But what if they do?
Shit, so.
Huh?
I said I want to see them doing shit. So.
But what if they do?
You and your ex break up, and then they get with a fucking fine ass, rich ass woman or something.
That means he got with somebody to take care of him. So how is that really upgrading?
No,
like,
she might be cooking and cleaning his shit, massaging his feet.
If it was perfect for him, then that's awesome. Like, I ain't got no feelings for it, and I'm happy for him.
She eating his cheeks. He like it.
I won't when I talk to you again. That shit is sad to the motherfucker. You be like, oh damn, sorry I hear that for you. But I've been to Vegas. I've been swimming with monkeys. I'm finna really go to a real Chinese restaurant in China.
That's crazy.
Like I'm finna.
Hold up.
Sorry to hear that about you, though.
I don't know. Maybe because I've always been the person to break up with people I've never been broken up with. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I want you to thrive.
Nah, it's real shit.
You met me because you were supposed to learn some shit.
Yeah, it depends on how the relationship ended. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was bitter and a motherfucker done said some shit, you know, you can't take your words back. Then yeah, you might want to see the worst happen to that person. But when you break up and y'all are cool, y'all can be cordial. You know what I'm saying? It's a head nod when y'all in public type shit. Then yeah, you.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm cool with my ex. It's only one ex that I'm not cool with. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, everybody that even if we had issues when we broke up, even if even if they hated me when we broke up, there's a point in their life that they call me and be like, "Yo, you was the best that happened to me, and I thank you for teaching me." Woo, 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 woo. Like, I ain't got that feeling. I be happy. You doing good? You done met somebody? You graduated, you got a career, you got some kids, I'm happy for you. Like, real deal. Because I'm in the happiest point of my life that I could be.
Fuck all that.
I say this though, I would want to see it. Like if I scroll by you on social media and you and motherfucking wherever you at having fun, cool. But I don't want to have no conversation and you just rolling down a list of your accomplishments. Like, nah, I ain't.
Hey, I'm excited. I don't give a fuck. I just bought a Walmart. Like,
I ain't trying to hear all that now. You gonna have to roll back some of them comments.
Yeah, I just franchise a McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. I'd be excited. That's just dope as hell to me.
Right now, what you got? What you got tonight?
Okay. Do you feel like movies and social media like screw up people's expectations of real life?
Yes.
And where does that stem from?
So, like, you have people that watch movies and they want the fairy tale. They want, and it was stemming from the conversation we had when I said the woman made the comment that some women are married women and some people are wives. And the conversation, as she kept going, was about the fact that a lot of times when women get married, they have the fairy tale syndrome because of the movies and the shows and whatever, skew your viewpoint on what this relationship really should be or the work you got to do because you're in this fairy tale. But most of the times when you think about it, if you don't have healthy relationships to look up to, you get those ideas from TV, social media, things of that sort.
I blame two people, Disney and Tyler Perry. They did it.
Look, everybody agree with you too. You see that niggas was waiting for you. They was gonna take so wild.
Tyler Perry always got a toxic dark-skinned nigga abusing the woman and the God-fearing light-skinned man coming to save her and was sweeping her off her damn feet and whisking her away to a happy, healthy relationship. And Disney, I could just start naming Beauty and the Beast, the bitch that had 7 dwarves that was probably running a train on her, motherfucking Rapunzel, motherfucking Sleeping Beauty. They was all what's the other one that had the fairy godmother? Cinderella. They was all bum ass motherfucking girls who was waiting on some dude to come get them every fuck thing they want, and then they ain't gotta do shit for it. They wasn't even fucking cooking and cleaning the shit. And Cinderella was cooking and cleaning at home.
Somehow this sounds personal.
I'm just saying. These dudes that's the prince come and sweep them off their feet.
And I'm here for it.
Even Shrek,
the Drake came
he
out.
He still had to go through hell.
Certified lover boy, put it on the line.
Shrek was about to get left for Lord Farquaad with that weak ass Bob.
Hey, the closest nigga that came to taking Shrek's girl was Robin Hood. Yeah, that nigga
Lord Farquaad, Bob was weak as hell, and she was about to marry Duke. Like, come on, man.
I don't know. I feel like on social media, a lot of times, like people only show their accomplishments, and of course, they're not going to show you the bad shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, yeah, that has something to do because sometimes you can look at that shit, and it seems like everybody's having a good time. In reality, not. And if you're going through some shit, you don't feel as welcome to the party as you should. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see how that shit can influence how you feel. But I really don't give a shit about social media personally. I know that shit is fake, so I don't pay no attention to it.
Though.
Huh? Movies?
Pick any movie that's a love
story. But that's the story though.
And it's brainwashing people. Look at Coming to America. He go to Friendz to find this bitch working at McDowell's. Take her back and give her a whole goddamn piece.
The most vicious movies are normally love stories.
And then you go to Coming to America 2, she running her whole house. Why, my nigga? You didn't have nothing. Fam.
I do think that it does create a false view of reality. A lot of the movies and shit that we watched when we were younger, a lot of them I mean, like, when have you really seen a sad love story? There's a couple of them, but there's not a sad damn love story. Everything's all good in the end.
They just recreate love, Romeo and Juliet, over and over again.
That shit's false. You know, it really is. It's false.
Because I know, like in Baby Boy, when old girl came over there and it was raining, and he slammed the door, and I was like, hell yeah, nigga, hell yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you a love story that's real. You gotta go through a sense of pain just to experience
Right.
love. I'm like, that's not fucking true.
I'm gonna tell you a love story that's real. Titanic. You go through hell and high water to try to please this woman, and in the end, she stayed on the raft and died, and let you die when it was enough room for you to get on that motherfucker with her.
You know what, Lucious? I think you need to rename this segment. This is Buddy's therapy motherfucking session.
So, BJ, what do you think? Mute, buddy.
This is his therapy session, my
I'm just
nigga. Do
talking
you
shit.
used to talk post production?
These are jokes.
What's up?
I'm kidding.
Go ahead, BJ, because please, we need your help, bro.
I think there is some truth to that. I think that yes, movies and social media and pretty much all forms of entertainment definitely skew people's views on reality. I think now more than ever, and honestly, it's kind of scary for like children like growing up, especially because they have so much access to that shit on a day-to-day basis. I really fear that for parents a lot. If I can be serious for a second, I really do fear that a lot for parents because it's like I feel like you would have to like explain stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like with us, it was easier for them to just kind of like direct us in a direction into a place or a thought process that they thought was like right or whatever. But now every single day you get on the internet, kids can just see all types of crazy shit, and it can make them think in a certain way. So it's important to kind of for people to just like not put so much emphasis on it and kind of steer away from it. For me, when I go on social media, I'm just looking to laugh at stuff. But when it comes to like political views and shit that's like serious, I never get my point of view from that. But again, it's hard to think that a kid would be able to decipher how to do so.
So because BJ explained it with some sense, everybody nodding their head. But when I go on
because nigga, you don't know how to fucking speak. So
we can keep going. We can move
Your
on.
answer comes off angry. And,
no, I'm not angry.
Yeah, and women bashing.
You may not, but how your answer right now, you sound like a very bitter and broken person.
They united against
you. Sound like
angry.
You sound like Buddy with a battle. That's what the fuck
Buddy
you sound
like. I'm chilling.
I like what you did that later day.
Yeah, I like that lady.
I gotta admit, I like what you did
You
there.
know, I got it for Raynetta. Thank you, Ray.
It looks like you read a couple books.
I like what you did.
I mean, but we do got Buddy with the bottle because he keep picking it up. But let's keep going.
How do you feel right now?
Well, I totally feel like it skews a lot of stuff. The whole, first of all, I have to put everything that I do on social media. Like, I have to compete with what everybody else is doing. So I feel like that, along with, like you say, you watch the movie or you watch those movies, especially now when they talk about social media and they make it Facebook official. So now it's official. So I have to do that. So I just feel like
that shit is stupid.
But it's people. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my friend. I love her dearly, but my friend is really screwed up. My friend is married, and her and her husband are about to get a divorce, but they're still living together. We're just gonna leave that there. But she was dating this guy and was upset because he did not put that they were in a relationship on Facebook. And I was like, how does that make sense when you're still legally married and he is still lives in the house with you?
People is pissed the fuck off about
that shit is the equivalent. If you seen it coming, you knew what it was like having MySpace in that top 5, top 25 shit.
But it's but then it was like, well, everybody else, all my friends, it's like, well, everybody else person is talking about them on social media. Everybody else is doing this. But it's like, okay, that doesn't mean you have to do it. Or you, like you say, we talk about movies sometimes, and all she does is watch movies. She's like, well, I watched this movie, and I like, but our lives aren't movies. They don't come out. They don't have an ending.
But a lot of people think their lives are movies, and they're just doing regular shit.
Yeah, on a real serious
note, I mean that in the most respectful way ever. Like, she doesn't like herself.
On a serious note, like a lot of these celebrities and stuff brainwash people too. Like a lot of these social media influencers and the popular movies, it really does influence people to want to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
Which explains the battle between men and women on social media. It's like a battle between men and women on social media.
Bro, you got my Instagram feed is basically workout videos, rappers flaunting, Instagram models, and regular people trying to promote they goods, they products that nobody likes, by the way. But if a motherfucker's in Beat Live in Miami, that shit gets 16,000 likes in 2 minutes.
That's what my pussy looks like with a little spirituality.
Yeah, that shit is wild, man. That shit is wild because, like, yeah, social media does do a lot of shit. Because you see, like, this shit annoys me. I don't know why the fuck it annoys me the way it does. But you ever seen a woman look into her phone, don't say nothing, and stare for like a minute? And show off
They're
her
waiting for people to join.
Just making faces and shit. That shit annoys the fuck out of me.
They're waiting for people to join.
No,
and they want to know.
This is like a snap. This is a 30-second clip.
Oh, I don't do.
They just want you to see them. They just want to see how many people
are
really view them.
That shit is wild.
People need
validation. People need this validation from all these other avenues.
Can I?
Like, I thank God for the way that I grew up, because I've been a weirdo since I was little. So me being a weirdo has really helped me.
This don't affect us like that because we know what it's like not to have. You know what I'm saying? Like the younger people, that's all they know. Like they know, hey, beautiful.
Well, no, because it's people our age. It's people our age that look for that validation, look for that acceptance, that look for all that stuff. So you can't even say that. Like, it's real deal. 37, 38-year-olds.
No, I mean, that's based off of social media. Likes, but we know what it's like not to have the shit. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's some people that grew up and this is what the fuck it was. So you can get a good morning, beautiful text every day. And now you're like 30 and you get them shits every fucking day and don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? What was your question, BJ?
Who started the trend for women to look in the camera and lip sing R&B lyrics? Like, who was that person?
Men do that shit too.
Oh yeah.
All right, Lena, just save it. chicks do that shit.
I'm just letting you know it ain't just women.
Like
just
being in the camera, like just mouthing R&B.
They want to be seen. They want that validation. They want those number of views because they put it on Snap. They want you to view the story. When they put it on Facebook, they want you to like it.
But if you really want people to look at your story, pull a titty out.
I think it's areola. At least to the areola.
I think it's more.
They do that too. Like,
I think it's more for attention than validation. Because you got to think about it. Like, if you from wherever you from, you can be from a big city. You still a small fish in a big pond. But the internet is like the internet.
Shrink shit for you. So now you can communicate with everybody.
You can get attention. You can get attention on the internet from a lot of people that would not even know that will bump right into you in person because they don't even notice you.
So here's a question. How do you tell somebody they fell off after years of knowing them after the fact? How do you like, what's a subtle way of letting somebody know they fell off?
Just tell them they look like they matured.
Do you really have to tell somebody they fell off?
That's what
I'm saying. Somebody comes back around. You know what I'm saying? Like, say somebody dissed you right now, back in the day, and now they come back. Because this happens a lot. I know the men, you know what I'm saying, where somebody dissed you, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, this person wants you or something. Maybe they seen a post you posted or whatever. Now they want you, and they fell the fuck off.
Oh, man.
That shit happens all the time.
It's not even a matter of me telling you fell off. most of the time you already know you fell off, period. But secondly, I just don't have to respond. I'm not entertaining it.
So you don't respond.
No.
See, that's where men are spiteful because
I delete the message. Nah, I delete messages. I don't even read it. I just delete it.
I'll keep somebody on red like a motherfucker.
I gotta respond. You took the time out. I'm gonna take the time out and. Keep that same energy, man. No,
his spirit petty as a motherfucker, ain't it?
Nah, fuck that. Leave them on red for why? You hit me up. So obviously, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
We ain't got shit to talk about.
No, we got everything to talk about because I ain't forgot.
We know.
I'm like Michael Jordan with
and
this.
I guess because I don't really reach out and hit people up, I be chilling, bro.
Nah, I be chilling, but I gotta let you know.
I be chilling.
This ain't it no more. I feel like it's my obligation. Go ahead, BJ. I see you got something on your mind.
Yeah, so I have another question, right? So, like, how, like, if you know, like, okay, you knew somebody in high school, right? This person in high school tried to talk to you. You completely disrespected them, right? Instead of being just like, no, I'm not interested, like, you disrespect them completely. How do you fix yourself to either type or say something to them 10 years later, like when you see that they're living well, right?
They still look good.
And your life ain't doing so great.
They look like something. How do you be like, hey, I'm trying to talk to you now? This is after you have spit out 2-3 babies, and you don't look like when he tried to holler at you in the first place. You know you don't look the same.
Based off the quality of men that you've been getting.
How long do you hold on to that grudge?
Oh, I hold it on.
Yeah, you don't forget, man. Like
I told you,
that, man.
Me personally, I hold on to it for life. Again,
yeah,
it's a fault of mine. I get from my mama. I love her, but we hold grudges.
I don't even hold a grudge. I just don't forget.
But somebody like this happened to me though. Like I was like, I mean, it was a long. I was like 25, but yeah, some chick from high school that like didn't give me the time of day in high school. I'm like 25. I'm posting my pitch post deployment. All of a sudden, you in my DM like.
y'all ain't Pete Keisha down there taking a shot.
Is it all of a sudden, or were you go ahead? You were putting the thirst, like you were setting the thirst trap. You knew somebody was gonna come around and say
no,
something.
I did not.
Like you can't tell me that you don't post shit to get response.
No, she was your friend on social media.
She was a friend of mine on the social media, but still.
But that's not who he was targeting.
No, I get that. But if we had that type of interaction in high school, you ain't making it to my social media page.
Oh,
I get that. I get that.
I don't give a fuck.
But like,
I don't. I add everybody.
I don't really post shit. I don't post shit personal on my social media. So like, I don't give a damn who's on my social media
I do.
page.
When I post a picture, you know, I want everybody to see
shit on there.
But I'm just saying, like.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't post shit to my social media that's personal. Whatever I post because I want people to see that shit, or it's something that I feel about. So
Yeah,
I don't
but
give
it
a
wasn't
damn for
personal.
friends
It
with on
was
social media.
literally just like me.
A regular picture.
No, I'm talking to Raynetta because Raynetta was like, yeah.
Yeah, I add everybody. I don't give a shit.
No, I don't add everybody, man, because them bitches be like, hello.
No, not everybody. I can't add everybody. There's a certain dynamic that just will not be on my friends list. But
the example he gave, that person would be on my friends list. That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, if I see, like, I don't even remember a lot of people. I don't remember a lot of people from high school. So if I see we got a whole bunch of mutual friends and you went to my high school, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go ahead and add you. Like,
off the
people got to really make me remember who the fuck they are. Like, I don't remember a lot of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
See, I remember everybody from back then.
Nah, not me.
Yeah, I remember everybody.
I don't. Like, if you weren't extremely relevant to my life, like, I don't remember you.
No.
I just count mutual friends. 200. Oh yeah,
Check this out. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
so I went to a wedding in like San Antonio, Texas, right? So I'm at the little reception or whatever, and I see this girl walk by, and she looked familiar as fuck. So then she's like staring at me across the room or whatever, and that's when I looked at her and I noticed. I was like, oh shit, I used to cheat off your paper in Spanish too. You the reason I graduated high school. And I had to say something to her. I was like, yo, are you such and such? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. So, I mean, like, it was some weird, awkward shit, but I met a girl. Just off of knowing people's faces and remembering their names type shit. So,
I don't remember none of them.
I remember everything.
I remember everything negative that's happened to me in my life.
The negative, yeah, but not just random people.
And everybody
I blocked out a lot of the negatives. Like,
I remember everybody who's ever did me wrong. I have a ledger. I remember all.
Hey, I'm on the same page, bro. I remember everything.
I'm my mother's child. I agree. I hold grudges. Like, I will be honest. Me and my older brother talk.
I'm literally on some Michael Jordan type shit level. You don't even know. You be like, why does this nigga like treat me this way? And it'll be like, yo, remember in '92? I have a pencil, and you said you didn't have a pencil.
I have a cousin I haven't talked to in 10 years.
Yeah, I hold grudge. I'll be like, look,
I do.
I try to borrow a pencil. You didn't let me borrow a pencil. Fuck you. And you had extra ones too.
Yeah, I hold grudges too. There's no point of me allowing you into, and I get that social media, but it is still my space. It is still somewhat personal because it is about me. And if we ain't nowhere near that, you're not getting there. I'm not allowing you in.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ray. Because like for me, like I would add people. It was still out of spite, right? So if you did me wrong, like I would still I would still add you because I want you to know how I'm living.
That life is good.
I don't give a damn because I don't care how you're living, and I don't give a fuck if somebody else can tell you how I'm living, but I'm not giving you that information.
Fuck all that. I'm trying to get in there. I'm trying to infiltrate.
How do you learn to forgive? That's for everybody.
God forgives, I don't.
So you don't.
I gotta forgive for me. No, my attitude is so fucking bad. Like, if I don't forgive, it's gonna be an issue. So I had to learn how to forgive for me. Like, fuck them. I forgave because I'm not trying to see red.
I'm still working on it. I don't forgive. I hold grudges. I don't like you. It's something I still gotta work on. Fuck it.
I forgive. See, I forgive. I forgive, but I don't forget. So it's always a question mark by you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgive because I understand that we are like sometimes motherfuckers go through shit. Niggas really be going through shit, and a lot of people don't show that shit, but it comes off as that. Like, damn, okay, well, damn, you would have just told me such and such passed away and they were very close to you. I would have understood your attitude a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we tend to go through shit by ourselves. So we don't get canceled from anybody. We don't want to talk about it or whatever. And then sometimes somebody might just be motherfucking irking you and you just let loose on that person. So I learned to forget. And I understand that like, motherfuckers make, like, my dad always says, I'm a way better grandfather than I was a dad. He acknowledges, like, yo, I wasn't the greatest dad. But I'm gonna do my best to be a great grandfather. Hopefully you understand.
A lot of times when we forget is that like I'll go with dads, right? Our dads were young men.
Right.
Like our mothers were young women. If we go back and think about the shit that we did as young men and women, they probably doing the same shit, but they're like the difference between me and him is like he had a kid. You know what I mean? So he had to try to manage that and still be out here trying to figure shit out. And just like my mom, right? She was a young woman. When she, I think, my mom was 19 when she gave birth to me. She's 19 years old. I remember when I was 19, I ain't know shit.
Bruh, we were playing.
Yeah, I explained that shit to my
7
kid.
o'clock in the morning.
I explained it to my kid. My kid is 18. I said, in a couple of months, you will be the same age I was when you was born. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And you don't know shit. Like, you think you know shit. Like, there's still shit I gotta learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to a lot of these old dudes talk, and they complain and bitch and moan, but they been through some shit. Them niggas watch, like, a whole generation of leaders get killed the fuck off. With no explanation. You know what I'm saying? They watch, like, the government fuck motherfuckers over, so I can understand why a nigga don't want to get a COVID shot right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand, like, why niggas don't do certain things, because they seen this shit happen.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Motherfuckers need to get that shot. Stop playing.
Like, bro.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I mean, but we've been through some shit where we stood in a fucking line, and them niggas just gave us what they wanted to give us.
Damn sure did.
And we didn't question it. No,
right.
look, we didn't question
choice.
it. We were straight with it.
We made that choice, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it's a weird topic to tackle.
Keisha, what you think?
My forgiveness comes with changed behavior. If your behavior hasn't changed, then my forgiveness hasn't either. I still don't forgive you. So, and I'm glad Lou brought up the topic of dads. Like, my dad did a lot of shitty stuff when I was younger, but he's an awesome grandparent. So he did a lot of sorries, and we kind of just went in one ear and out the other until we started actually changing himself and showing that he had changed. And then we all kind of accepted him back into the family. So, yeah, I forgive, I don't forget, but that forgiveness starts with you changing your behavior and not keep doing the same bullshit over and over again.
I remember my aunt said some deep shit. She was just like, all we can do is raise him. We did the best we could.
Yeah.
We did the best we could. And, like, that was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be so hard. Like, because, nigga, there ain't no book to this shit. Like, you might grow up privileged and have anything. You know, you got freedom to do anything you want to do. And then you got some motherfuckers that, like, nigga, ramen noodles every day is the meal, nigga.
Yeah, what crazy me is, like, you know, people do publish books about how to be a parent and all that. But first of all, every single person has a unique personality, which means you trying to raise your kid is going to be different than raising somebody else's kid. I mean, people with multiple kids will tell you, I've never heard a parent with multiple kids say that their kids are the exact same.
Because they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You have to raise each kid differently, right? So if every parent who has multiple kids has to raise each kid differently, how the fuck you gonna write a book and try to tell the masses how to raise a child? That don't make sense to me.
Especially if you only had one kid.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm so at the level of understanding, like, why my elders are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, minimum wage is like, what, $3 back in the day?
And it's even, you got to think of, like, when they were born. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about when they were born and what was going on and what they actually grew up through. Like, my mom was born in 58. My daddy was born in 51. And my mama will tell you that her grandparents were still sharecroppers. So she remembered growing up in Mississippi down there and how the white men would treat her grandfather. My mother's only 62. So there's certain shit that is still triggers for my mother.
I can dig it. And that's how it be. It be like that, though. Old people do not like white people, boy. Them old black folks do not like the boy.
But see, the thing is, old white people don't like black people.
Man, bro, and they keep it, bro. Them niggas don't speak in public. We all like, hey, how you doing?
They still think that it's okay to, like, refer to a grown man as a boy.
Man, what you say, boy? Like,
I got called boy in the military.
I did as well.
Not even like homeboy. Motherfucker really just like boy.
Yeah,
So you can accept it from somebody in the military, but you can't accept it from an old wrinkled ass
No,
man.
I didn't accept it then.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. It was
I didn't
not
accept it
I'm the
then.
only one that's never been in the military. So I'm
Oh
just
no, it
asking.
was not accepted.
no.
It was not accepted.
no.
Like I definitely let him know what time it was.
Nah, well, I the reason I
Hey,
didn't.
me and BJ was in on some shit where a white boy gonna punk a nigga.
That motherfucker drove off. He called me a boy and drove off. I was walking.
No, that's random.
You know how you supposed to have your book bag on your left shoulder so you can always salute with the right? Well, my book bag was
I don't
bigger
know
than me.
about that.
No,
Motherfucker tried to check me about it. Then called me a boy and drove off on my black ass.
I mean, like, yeah, that shit, like, yeah, older people had to go through some shit. We went through some shit, but the shit we went through affected everybody type shit.
You know, one thing that I wish that I would have done more is I wish I would have asked my grandmother, like, about, you know, her time, like, growing up. I was very young, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have known that, but I often think about that. Like, I really wish that I would have just sat down and, like, hey, just tell me
like,
about what happened.
Real talk, she has some dope ass stories.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a great Uncle Benny, man. Uncle Benny used to be a slave back in the days.
Bro, and then when they get to talking about it, bro, they explain that shit like a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you know where you were? You can explain the landscape at 9/11, what you was doing, where you were at. Like, they explain, like, the 50s and 60s like that. So you feel like you're there when you're talking about it.
I got an Uncle Benny telling me how I used to pick cotton, man.
Yeah, like,
my grandmother's husband was in like all them wars and shit, and like he despises white people. But the irony behind that is he passes for white. Like he's the color of the wall. He has green eyes. He has really fine hair. You know what I'm saying? Like he passes for white, but he despises white people.
It's a lot like that.
Yeah, my dad, he talked about growing up in Louisiana, Mississippi in the 60s. Where he had to go, like, my grandfather had to go park in, like, a dirt parking lot, and then all the white people got to park on the pavement type shit. So, I mean, like, a lot of that shit, like, he just now talking about it, but when he go through it, it'd be, like, crazy. I remember I had an aunt in, like, the 90s, and she had an outhouse.
Like really?
Like, yeah.
Some people still have them though. Like,
yeah, like she had an outhouse and all that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
This is in Louisiana?
Yeah. Like we used to go over her house, you had to use the outhouse, and it's hot as fuck in the summertime in Louisiana.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
But you would have. You would have though, because you ain't had a fucking choice.
I wouldn't have made it. Oh Lord.
I don't know. Oh, go ahead, BJ.
I have another question.
Hey,
so
this turned out to be better than I thought. I thought this was going to be over.
I understand why, right? Our older generations of black people have a disdain for white people. I totally get that. So I want to preface this question before I ask that with that. But
it's a preference.
When do we try to teach them better, right? Because if they just hold all white people to the same, like all the white people are evil, all the white people did them dirty, like they used to be done, isn't that wrong, right? Isn't that wrong for them to think that all white people are like that? Because isn't that
look, so
no,
for you saying that,
hold on. Because isn't that the same thing as when the white people say that all black people are thugs?
Yes.
And that's the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to put both of them, like we just said. Old black people don't like white people. Old white people don't like black people.
Like Muhammad Ali said, it's not verbatim, but he was like, you see a whole bunch of snakes coming in your house. You don't know which one gonna bite you, but you got to shut the door on all of them. All of them ain't gonna bite you now. But you don't know which one will. So they all got to stay.
But just the notion of calling them all snakes is super disrespectful.
Well,
I mean, that's his analogy.
But you can't take away their experiences because that's where it comes from. Their viewpoint on them is the fact that every white person that they have dealt with has either done something to them, done something to someone who they loved or something. So when they say and the older black people have this disdain for them, it's because it's very personal because it's happened to them. Now, when you have those white people that say all black people are thugs, I don't agree that it was something that happened to them. It's more so the fact that media has allowed them to, they put these images of us that's how they get their viewpoint. But if you go ask an elderly black person and an elderly white person why they don't like each other, most of the time, the black person is going to be because it was a personal incident along the way of them growing up. The white person is just how they were raised. But when you are talking about the whole thug thing, that is media.
So you know you can reference this to dating.
How's that?
Elaborate, buddy.
I know he gonna get quiet and shit. You going to your shit.
I was waiting for him to keep on going. He just
nobody's gonna cut you off, buddy.
You see, like a person that does not date within their race, and they don't date within their race because of personal experiences from within their race. They get bashed for not dating within their race, which is equivalent to somebody not liking a particular group of people based on their experiences with that group of people.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. Like, whenever people say that, you didn't date, like, that person didn't date, like, if it's a dude, you didn't date all of the black women, right? So you can't say that
yes, you can.
Those few black women that you dealt with speak for all black women. Just like when the white folks try to say that all black people are thugs, first of all, you ain't dealt with all the black folks.
Nah, but the old elderly black men that don't like all white people have not dealt with all the white people.
No, they refuse to. They don't want to be in the room with them.
I agree with that. So that's what I mean. So it's like, I understand that there's a personal experience, but we as a people, we preach all day long that, hey, you can't try to bottle us into a group because of what, like Renata said, because of what you see on the news, because absolutely the news pushes that agenda. They always want to push us in the most negative light that they can. So we expect the white folks to be able to differentiate, okay, obviously the media is trying to push it, but that doesn't speak for all black people.
So let me ask you this then. If we can excuse a person not liking a particular group of people because of their personal experiences, does that same excuse apply to dating?
Well, I'm saying, I want to make it clear. I don't think that we can excuse that. I think that we have to be able to differentiate, like, okay, yes, there are some white people that did some fucked up shit to you, but those white people don't speak for all white people. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I agree to that, but like, I've got some crazy ass shit done to me by white people. So when I become accepting, I'm gonna be more accepting of black people than I am of white. Is that to say that I don't have any white people that I'm cool with or things of that nature? No, I do, but they gotta prove to me that they're cool. Like, and that's just me being hesitant because of the shit that, it's not, I don't hate all white people. However, if you are outside of black, you're going to have to prove to me that you're okay.
But don't black people gotta, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, go ahead.
But don't all black people have to prove to you that they cool, right? Individually, before you fuck with them for real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what comes with the territory with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes with us. Like, they don't know that they being like watched and tested. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're already like. Look, I'm trying to do what I do. Like, let me be. I ain't in here to shoplift. I ain't in here to cause a scene. I'm chilling. That's every day for us.
No, but I mean, I'm saying for me, if I become cool with anybody, right? Doesn't matter the color of that person.
Yeah.
they have to prove to me that they are, cool worthy.
Not necessarily. So my thing is like
I meet people in
different aspects of everything. Just because I meet you, it doesn't mean that we're going to be friends. However, if you place me in a room of black people and you place me in a room of white people, I'm going to be more comfortable in the room of black people. I'm going to be more wary and watching a lot of situations in the room with white people. That's just how I am. Just because you're in a situation doesn't mean that these people are your friends. So no, I don't. If I'm networking or some shit, or I'm just there for support, I'm not trying to really kick it with these niggas. I'm just in the room with these niggas.
And a lot of people tolerate, man. A lot of people tolerate shit because you, like in the military, it's everybody, bro. It's a melting pot for real, and everybody got the same goals and aspirations for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So you're in the military, you're around different cultures, you learn shit. Outside of the military, bro, a lot of people just go to work with who they got to work with, tolerate them for a couple hours, and go the fuck home and chill with whoever the fuck they chill with. So motherfuckers is really not being around each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't get me wrong.
What's that?
I was like, don't get me wrong. I got some solid ass white people.
Yeah.
But they've had to prove to me that they were some solid. I'm gonna sit back and peep you first for a minute.
Yeah. And I think BJ is saying you do that to everybody.
Yeah,
all your friends.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that that's a color thing, right? I think that people still have.
No, I'm saying for me, it's a color thing. I'm gonna scrutinize white people more than I'm gonna scrutinize black people. Like, honestly, if I see a black person, my energy and the shit that I've been through, I can read a lot of fucking people. I'm good at reading niggas. I can read niggas for the most part. It's something a little shady in this area, and sometimes it takes me just a little bit more to be comfortable enough to open up to. Niggas, that's like, I could do that shit in my sleep. And that's just me personally. But
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you gotta understand when we done with 20 years from the 60s, and that shit was wild. The 70s was wild. The 80s, they started cracking down, and here the fuck we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, we all crack babies. We really have seen some shit, but it's just like other shit just distracts us from the shit that we've been through. So it's just like you forget about the shit. Or you wasn't old enough to remember the shit. You know what I'm saying? We watched the whole damn killer have a Bronco chase. And the police let him go hug his mama and hang out with his mama.
Alleged killer.
No, nigga, I seen
he made a book that said, "What if I did it?"
Yeah, he's innocent. What if? That's innocent.
Nigga.
It's what if, hypothetical.
He's innocent.
Nigga, we saw Charles Manson say some of the dopest shit ever. Nigga, that nigga said they are trying to convict me of being Jesus Christ and Satan at the same damn time. Explain to me that. Nigga, I was like, you know what, Charles?
If he was so guilty, then why they plant the glove?
Why did they what?
Innocent. I don't care
plant
what
the glove.
They ain't plant the glove, nigga. He stopped taking his arthritis medicine. His lawyer said that shit.
OJ had a hell of a fucking defense team.
He's innocent.
I'll tell you how dope his defense team was. His defense team was so dope that they took a murder trial and turned it into a race trial.
Man, what? Like, he
black
had
versus
a
white. It wasn't no longer about the murder no more.
You know
he had a bomb ass defense team.
But you know what's crazy about life is how two things that have nothing, or things that have nothing to do with each other initially, can be like an intricate part. A big piece of why he got that not guilty was because of what happened with Rodney King.
Yeah.
Which are two totally separate incidents, but it's like if Rodney King, it was Rodney King, but it was also a young black lady shot over on orange juice.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the Asian shop or whatever.
That shit still.
You gotta realize, DJ, like the only job they have is to come up with the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? All they have to do is reach one motherfucker with this alternate ending, and that's their case. You know what I'm saying? So they did exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do.
I know. I think I listen. That was. I don't think that there's been a better defense strategy since. Honestly, I mean,
but I don't care. That motherfucker did it.
He did that shit.
Hey, he says he didn't do it.
He innocent.
They said he didn't do it. Hey, look, who am I to question the law? You know,
Nigga, look. So I was at work one day, right?
That.
I was at work one day, and this white boy left his cell phone out, right? And somebody stole it, right? And we didn't really pinpoint who the fuck it was, but we kind of knew who the fuck was stealing a cell phone at work. And we all came to the conclusion.
Think this person was stealing cell phones?
Because he was black.
No, because that nigga used to put them in his little pawn shop, like right around the corner from his house. He used to go pawn them. So it was like right around her house. And I looked at that nigga and I was like, yeah, that nigga did that shit.
Hey, close the door.
That's how I feel about OJ. That nigga did that shit. I seen all the evidence.
Hey, man, the court of law said he didn't do it.
Hey, bro.
He's not guilty. He has never
so if
said
the court of law says a nigga is guilty, then they're automatically correct?
Hey, listen. That's what they want us to believe, right?
I'm asking. No, I'm not asking what they want us to believe. I'm asking what you believe.
They said whenever.
No, fuck they. They ain't here right now. They are not part of the.
They watching.
I'm asking you.
They watching right now.
Fuck them.
I love hearing people talk about the law when I was in prison for some shit I didn't do. Just keep going, though.
What happened, buddy? But buddy, what happened?
Keep going.
They was like, my bad. Sorry for the 7 years of your life. My bad.
Did you get restitution?
Did you apply?
How BJ said that two things that have nothing to do with each other can cause that. The judge that convicted me was up for re-election to be the judge again. So her conviction rate had to be up there to make sure that her vote gets in. And it just so happened that I was going to trial at the same time.
Everything is fucking politics. Everything is politics.
And once again, I have to say, I'm so glad they got that shit right for you, my brother.
Yeah. You motherfucking right. Like, it's so many niggas that ain't got it right.
No.
But congratulations.
Yeah, you're right. That's the truth. That's why I gotta say every time we talk about this, I'm so glad that they got it right. I mean, I wish they would have got it right the first time.
Yeah.
Man, I got a laundry list of the dirty shit these motherfuckers do in the system, man. That shit is scary. The shit that they can do to you is scary. These motherfuckers break their own laws.
Of course. those laws weren't put in place for them. Like, no.
I could really go on a whole rant about the justice reform bullshit that they talking about all the time. I can go on a rant about that shit. I can go on a rant about everybody talking shit about the police when it ain't really the police. I can go on a rant about them.
Can we go on a rant about how Kim Kardashian is the face for justice reform?
I love it.
To who?
Yeah, I love Kim Kardashian doing what she does.
When in real life it's a black-owned law firm that do this shit pro bono.
Hey, well, they got the marketing too.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's what she's there for. She is more so to get them the publicity they need to make sure.
I love every second of
it. Like sometimes you gotta like. I think what a lot of times, like, okay, so me and BJ were talking about the Drake album, right? And he was like, I really don't like the fact they put the R. Kelly sample on it, right? And he's like, fuck that dude. And I'm like, yo, but he made good music though.
You have to learn how to separate some shit. Yeah, he a vile, nasty motherfucker. However, that nigga musically was a goddamn genius.
No, ma'am.
Nah, bro.
No, ma'am. You don't. No, ma'am. Especially about the topic like of his music, and now we know he was talking about underage girls. No, ma'am. You can't I'm just.
But you know that shit when he was married to Aaliyah. Like we cannot sit here and act like we don't know that this nigga was married to a 15 motherfucking year old and he was 27.
Right.
We
but
knew
see,
this
as a kid, right? We didn't realize that. We didn't know what that meant. I didn't even know that they was married, if I'm being honest. I didn't know they was married until I saw the documentary. Yeah. And then I damn sure didn't know her age. Like I figured that they was a thing, but I didn't know like she was 50. I didn't know that. But
it wasn't
now,
okay, let me ask you a question. So do you listen to Jay-Z?
Yeah, I listen to Jay-Z.
Do you know how old Beyonce was when he pursued a relationship with her?
She was an adult.
No, the fuck she wasn't.
But she was.
No,
but she was.
But she was.
Nigga, have you seen how her thighs?
Do you listen to Boys to Men? Do you listen to Boys to Men?
I don't.
But you know, Wanye pursued a relationship with Brandy, and Brandy was about 15 or 16.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
I don't listen to
Are you gonna cancel every motherfucking body? I'm not saying that it's right, and that's not my standpoint. However, I'm able to separate his moral values and the fact that nigga could get me on the dance floor. Like,
listen, I've honestly had this conversation.
Lena and Buddy show tonight, boy.
Like
y'all on it tonight.
For me,
handle the ball to y'all.
I can't do it. There's no way. I'm not supporting that dude at all. Period. Dot. That's me.
All right, BJ. But can you say this though? Before you found out everything, that nigga did have some slaps.
Nigga, when you hear
okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you canceling everybody that has a catalog with him? Ludacris did a song with him. Are you canceling Ludacris? Twisted did. Are you canceling him? Chris Brown? Are you canceling these people?
Listen, I'm not.
Cassidy's gotta go.
A lot of us in the world didn't know what type of person that he was until the shit came out. So I can't just be like, oh, cancel everybody who's ever done a song with him. That would be the entire music industry. I'm talking about, I'm holding the man, that one man who I know is a fuck nigga.
So what about the niggas around him that knew what the fuck that he was doing and didn't?
And them niggas is disgusting too. But them niggas don't make music, so I'm not canceling.
But on some real shit though, our generation wasn't the generation to check him because we was too little. Our parents was old enough to know better.
Our generation wasn't the generation.
Them niggas was too busy playing 12 player.
And you can't tell me that he did this shit by himself. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Of course he did.
It was people in the industry helping him out. It's people that we still fucking listen to that knew exactly who the fuck he was.
Mm-hmm.
He's no different than Harvey Weinstein.
We don't know who those people are, so that's speculation. We know this.
I know a couple of them because the fact that Jay-Z was dating a motherfucking minor and he was a grown ass man.
He was not dating a minor, Lena. He was not dating that girl when she was a minor. That is not factual. That is not factual.
Well, let's go to Google.
You know what I mean? That's factual. What's factual is that nigga was holding chicks hostage.
I'm not. I understand that. I get that.
That's a fact.
That's just wild.
You know what I mean? That's disgusting.
But nigga, every time I hear it, motherfucking Bumble Grind, I'm gonna sing along and everything. That's all I'm saying. Man, I'm about to go solo. I'm gonna go acapella.
More power.
He got a song called Leg Shaker. That is my motherfucking jam. What?
Hey.
I can separate the two.
Lay your body down.
I can sit here and listen to some Chuck Berry, knowing that Chuck Berry did that shit when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's I don't even want to talk about the rappers.
Like, but you know, like these, R. Kelly was the easy scapegoat. But if you were gonna be honest about hip hop culture, about everything, a lot of these niggas dating young bitches. A lot of these niggas.
Women laying it down.
Captive either.
My bad, women.
They're not holding them captive though.
But the hip hop culture as a whole is still very, very
Yeah, there's just a lot of different rules. There's a lot of rules that go on in the hood that don't go out in regular life. Like the hood shit is just
like it's. I mean, I think that he was the
people
perfect
just act
person.
a little bit more wild. It's more aggressive. It's more rugged.
He was the perfect person to be a scapegoat. He was the perfect person to go down for everything. But you can't tell me that he scapegoat. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm not saying that nigga is fucking foul. But you can best believe some of his colleagues out here are foul than a motherfucker also. And they were just able to put a lot of their attention on R. Kelly.
Sure.
She's protecting the R.
That nigga's
ain't nobody protecting nothing. That's just common motherfucking sense. Like, come on, bro. You think ain't nobody else doing that shit? He was the only motherfucker out here doing that? Come on, now.
Every time they try to catch it, that nigga be like, "You remind me of my G."
Right. Like, you know he ain't the only motherfucker that was out here.
That bitch slapped right there.
All the flack for that shit. He was the only motherfucker out here.
Lucious, don't sing no more.
So why aren't new relationships lasting longer than old school relationships?
Because motherfuckers ain't got.
It's not the same premise. It's not the same premise.
Yeah, that's why motherfuckers got options now.
But
like if I get with you, I gotta get with you because I actually like you. Like you're not gonna add no motherfucker value to my life because I already got money, I already got my kids, and I'm already taking care of myself. Like whatever you do is going to be because you're gotta be a good person. Like you can't bring shit to my table that I ain't got. So
the game is rigged, buddy.
I think it's very simple, right? Like
it's rigged.
Women have become more empowered. They become smarter.
Come on, BJ.
Smarter?
Oh my God.
And
that nigga said smarter. He said smarter.
Nigga using the girl.
Come on, BJ.
No,
right
listen. I'm not.
This nigga said smarter.
Listen, that's not me being disrespectful.
No, because you disappointed me with your answer, sir. Go ahead.
That's not me being disrespectful at all.
No, I'm just saying you're disappointed.
I'm talking about smarter in how they move in relationships. Like they not taking the same shit that they used to take. They not taking the fact that just
I'm not okay. This is what I'm not gonna do.
BJ almost there. He almost.
Wait a minute, Lucious. They not taking the fact that just because you paying the bills for the house, but you got a whole other family. They not just taking that no more.
Why they not taking it no more?
They can pay their own bills. So I don't need you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all of that is fuck shit. Like you got a wife at home, but around the block you got a whole nother family on her. That's trash.
Well, that's because the need changed in that aspect. At that point in time, okay, the man went out, he made the money, he made the house work. Now the women took care of the children, they cooked, they cleaned, they paid bills, they did all of that shit. But in this instance now, the women are making their own money and taking care of their own house, still cleaning and taking care of bills. So now it's like you're gonna have to bring something more to the table than dick and money because I got half of that equation already.
Exactly, and that to me it's beautiful because like I know like a lot of times like we as men we be like. If a dude like he fucking off on his wife and shit like that, we bring up excuses. But for me, there is no excuse for that. That shit trash, and it was trash back then.
Do you tell him that it's trash, or do you?
Of course I do. That's why none of my friends tell me they fuck off anymore. They don't tell me that anymore because I be like, nigga, you trash. You know what I'm saying?
I think the fuck shit meter is like right here. It's even now.
No,
like it's
I'm
I'm
gonna be honest. It's still like us and
nah, bro. It's not.
How would you know? Like you can't even talk. You're married. Like you don't even have a
married, bro. Like you're not going through this shit.
You can't talk about
have a conversation with a bitch. And the first thing she bring up is electricity bill.
I can't.
Okay, you ain't never had a conversation with a nigga, and the first thing he brings up is how your ass looks when it's bent over. Like. There's always gonna be but
it's the same fucking level, bro.
Hey,
it's not the same level.
It's the same level, Lena.
Hey, first conversation with a woman and asking her what her butt look like bent over.
Let me tell you something. Hey, okay, so Keisha, right. Y'all meet somebody. I understand that you're in a relationship, Renata, but just think back. You meet somebody, y'all have a good conversation. Maybe 30, 45 minutes into the conversation, this nigga is sending a dick pic.
Yep.
I'm sure y'all have had.
Yep.
You've had it. You've had it.
But go ahead with
so
one. I'm gonna go ahead
take a woman out on a date and she want to go on hella dates and you spending $200-$300 a date and you ain't getting nothing out of the deal.
Guess what? But this the bitches that you picking. Like I ain't got no sympathy for it.
So that's the same.
I'm not picking none of the bitches. I'm just saying.
He said,
you said what, Lou?
I said, but it's the niggas you picking though.
Not necessarily.
Bullshit.
Not necessarily. You control everything. So you control.
I do control everything, but this initial. Okay, you may look good to me. I'm gonna get your number, but I still have to see what the fuck you be like. So it's not necessarily that I'm picking you. We don't even get to the goddamn dating aspect of it. But my nigga, you the one going with all these goddamn dates and spending all that motherfucking money. I ain't even getting to the dating stage. This is within the first couple of hours that I met this nigga.
Because
so I can know how to
spend money on dates.
I gotta put my banking cap on.
If a nigga ain't getting no butt cheeks, what's the point? So I need to find out if them cheeks is clapping before I start spending my bread.
But do you always find out if the cheeks clapping or do you spend your bread?
We just there for the opportunity.
Me personally, I don't know.
We there for the opportunity. Y'all make all y'all shots, nigga. We still miss shots. So
see, that's the crazy thing is if I give you my number, I probably know at that moment if I'm going to fuck you or not.
Lena, you not the same as other women that save niggas' numbers under food, nigga.
What?
I can buy my own food. Like, fuck it.
Exactly. And there's a lot of women that's not. There's a lot of women that's gonna say that shit behind closed doors.
I got kids. I can't even do all that. I gotta make sure they eat. Fuck you.
Like, there are a lot of women that have kids, and yeah.
And you gotta buy their kids.
Like this is the part where it takes. You gotta listen. Like both sides. Men and women gotta listen. Like we go through the same shit essentially. Yes, there's different levels. But the audacity for all this shit is you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess I don't get that. I don't have an audacity.
Yeah, we don't get the pictures like that.
Hold on. Do you guys ever think y'all put too much pressure on yourselves when it comes to doing these dates and trying to get to the cheeks and spending all that money? When
we don't have a choice.
Y'all do have a choice. Like the crazy shit is,
man. You gotta
you do have the court, but the crazy thing is that shit don't really matter to like a woman.
Either you do that shit.
I need mental stimulation. You have to stimulate me mentally before I'm even with any of that shit.
Men don't have a choice, and that goes back to Ray's topic of social media and movies. Men don't have a choice.
Y'all got a choice. But y'all so motherfucking stupid. Y'all go
sometimes the person
hold on. I'm gonna give it to you, Lena. We do have a choice. But the choice is we do the shit that we see in fucking movies and TV shows and all and social media and all this bullshit.
Hold on. You ain't gotta do that shit. You grown. You grown as a motherfucker.
Let them talk.
If you finish, that's stupid.
I'm not finished yet. We do have a choice. Either we do the shit we see in movies, TV, social media, and all that bullshit, or we go home and we look at fucking Pornhub and be on page 90 goddamn 6.
Or you find somebody a motherfucking substance who ain't going for all that. They could actually have a conversation.
Like, do you know how long I gotta be on a dick drought before I figure that shit out?
So your dick always gotta be wet, my nigga?
That's the point of this shit.
Is it?
Who ain't trying to clap cheeks?
So that's just the whole point. Is I'm going to clap cheeks. I don't give a fuck if it's substance. I just want to clap cheeks. Like that's your issue. You answered your own question.
When I meet women, I present me, man. I'm not putting on the show. I'm not watching movies and putting on a facade like, yo, you gonna get me. And it might be boring as fuck. It might be interesting as fuck. But you're getting me. You know what I'm saying? Like no,
like you're putting on this persona, buddy. Shit, just do you, be you. You ain't gotta do it to get the reality.
But here, the downside of being you.
Lana, you making it specific to like you and your personality. We talking about the game.
Because nigga, I can only talk about me and my personality. I can't
But
talk
you
about
know
no
how
shit
the
that I
game
ain't used
is.
to.
We all know the
Motherfucker,
game
right?
is
I
the
know how
game.
the game is.
We all know the game is the game. The name of the game is men chase cheeks and women
But have
withhold
you
cheeks
never
or give
thought
up or
like,
distribute
damn,
cheeks.
in my whole cheek chasing lifetime, I don't like this shit. You ever thought so? You know the goddamn definition of insanity is doing the same shit the same motherfucking way and expecting a different outcome. Have you ever changed the shit that you do to maybe get some different shit?
It don't count as insanity if the same chick get cheeks one day and don't get cheeks the next day because I'm getting a different result.
I can agree to actually both of y'all, Lena and Buddy. With Lena, I understand, yes, you have a choice, but you can change the narrative. Now, is that shit gonna be fun? Is it gonna be lonely? It takes time. If you don't want to get the same results or the same stupid results that you usually get, yes, change the narrative. It's gonna be a little lonely, but you can wait it out. Now, with
is it
Buddy,
really lonely though? Like that's the crazy shit. The shit it really ain't lonely.
Let her finish now. Let her finish now.
Now with Buddy, I can agree to him because
Lena's aggressive tonight.
This is stupid.
With the
like
aspect of, yeah, you may do things that you don't really agree with just to get the results of clapping cheeks, as he would put it. Because I used to settle for some fuck shit that I didn't want to, but just to be able to not end up on Pornhub or whatnot, I settled.
What's wrong with going on Pornhub?
That's why I said, Lana, you making it so specific. But even look, say this. Say
it's
I'm not
specific, but
I'm gonna give you this, Lana.
Like, okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna give you this. Say I'm not looking to clap cheeks and I'm looking for substance. There are extremely educated women that can give you a very witty, outstanding conversation, and they some fuck shit too, and they just using you for what you got. That happens to men too. So if I'm looking for some substance and you giving it to me, but I don't know you just doing that shit because I'm giving you whatever the fuck I'm giving you financially or gifts or whatever the fuck may be, how am I going to decide who's the fuck shit and who's not?
Okay, so Lena, basically is what you saying is you just don't hang out with somebody just to catch a vibe and see where the fuck it goes.
No, let me not say that. Like, but initially, if I meet somebody and the vibe that I get, I know if this is going to be a one night stand, or I know if it's somebody that I'm going to be trying to know. Like, you got to know yourself in that moment. Like, you can't just be out here just spending bread because you want some fucking ass. Like,
well, you might want some substance.
Huh?
You might, some dudes want substance. I could be talking to you and we talking about everything. We talking about the price of tea in China.
I'm greedy. I want both.
Is it substance if you're funding me?
What if I'm what?
You become a sponsor. You become a sponsor when you start paying for shit, doing all that other shit.
Hold on 1 second.
That nigga picture I ain't showing. He done heard something. Right.
1 second. So whenever you get to know a woman, right, and you take a woman on a date, you're financing. As a man, right? Society,
come on, BJ.
That you're supposed to pay for that date, which is technically financing that date. But in order to do, like, women require that, right? Women require.
But guess what I do? Like, you may finance a couple times, but third, fourth day, guess what? I'm treating my nigga. Where we going? I got
okay, but listen,
me. Like, nah.
Okay, great. You said third or fourth date, so that means I got at least 2 dates. That means at least 2 dates that I gotta pay in order to get to know you, which means I'm financing in order to get to know you.
It's like when BJ said it's fucking gold, but when I say it, it's some bullshit. Nigga just said the same thing.
But it's not necessary. What I'm saying is, and I mean the women say
what's not necessary?
I'm about to tell you. I'm definitely about to tell you. Initially, when you meet somebody, and I mean Ray and Keisha, they may attest, they may not. But when I meet somebody, I'm sizing the fuck up. I'm looking at what the long run is going to be. The long run may be just me and you in a bed. If that's the case, that don't take a lot of fucking financing because I already know that I want to fuck, and that's all I want from you.
So is a man or is a man not financing the first date?
Not necessarily.
Depends on quote unquote what the date is. I can meet you have a couple of conversations, decide that I want to invite you back to the hotel.
So if I tell you I want to take you
you ain't
out,
financing nothing.
I'll roll up on you and say,
if you want to take me out, you paying. But if I say, hey,
if you decide after that first date that you want to give me some cheeks, I still finance the first date.
Because you wanted to take me out, my nigga.
Y'all niggas here, boy. Y'all ain't listening at all to each other. Y'all just.
I'm listening to exactly what he's saying. But if you decide, buddy, that you want to take me out, yeah, you paying, my nigga. Now, if I call you and be like, buddy, what you doing? Let's step out and do something. I got that.
But if how you calling me? In what world is this happening? This is Earth we living on.
I do that shit. Like, yeah, what's up?
Ray, how many times have you went out and paid for some niggas and y'all was still in the first round new dating stages? I ain't talking about the nigga you've been fucking with for a minute. In the new phases of meeting somebody, how many times have you came out your pocket and paid for this shit?
I have. I told you.
Like the whole thing.
Thank you. Look at Ray.
Wait. The whole thing, or like y'all took like. He paid for dinner, but you paid for the movie.
I sponsored the whole day. For me, if this is our first, maybe even our second date, by the third or fourth, I know if I want you around enough. But date 1 or 2,
thank you.
There you go. So 1 or 2, you're gonna pay. 3 or 4.
So
what
they're saying is y'all really, like you said, y'all don't listen to each other. Date 1 and 2. If he's paying for day 1 and 2, he feel like he's financing. You keep saying he's not, but he has to get you to day 3. You keep jumping straight to day 3. He got to get you there. So in order to get you there, he's paying for date 1 and 2. He's financing that shit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, y'all came through for money. You see this shit?
Okay.
Right. When
you put it like that, Ray, I got you. Okay. All right. Yo, all right, he financing this one.
So can we get an apology to Buddy? Can we get an apology? Because Lena was going hard, boy.
I'm going to go.
Lena was fighting.
Right now, the same too. I get the way the right.
Hey, Lena, if this was a boxing match, they'd be like, yo, she got heart. She got heart. And how hard it is.
I'm going to go in. Buddy, the way that Ray Netta put it, Buddy, I can understand that. So there is a finance. However, your finance is going to work out in the end. So it's like a gamble.
But is it?
It ain't. But it's going to work out in the end because date 1 or 2, I might realize I don't want to fuck with you. Now you got to do date 1 or 2 with somebody else. So from his perspective, he's going to always be financing all these dates.
Thank you. So
that's only initially. For us, I think right. It's only initially. Like if I know that you're somebody I want to fuck with, I like being spoiled. I'm a bro, all that. But I'm going to.
How long does it take for you to get to that point? How? So you keep saying my first and second date with you? Because wait a minute, talking to you on the phone and getting to know you is one thing. But when we start going on dates and we're out in public, but see, when we go on dates and out in public and I see how you interact with people, that can be a turn on or a turn off. So you keep saying y'all vibing already, but we gotta get somewhere. And you keep jumping, but we gotta get there.
I'm automatically assuming that we're getting.
But that's why y'all not on the same page right now of the topic. Because they're starting at point A. You starting at point D. No, nigga, we gotta go A, B, C, D. We gotta get there. And A, B, C means the fact
don't you meet me initially when you get my number?
You say what?
And then after I get your number, who's paying for our first physical visit?
Are we having some conversation before the first physical visit?
Yes, we're talking on the phone and going on a date are two different things.
Time out.
I can sit in my house and talk to you all day. But when we go on a date out in public, you're paying for that first and that second date.
I gotta know, Lena. So if I meet you at motherfucking the gas station again, and you was pumping your own gas, and I ain't like that shit, so I came over there to pump the gas for you. I get your number. We talk on the phone for goddamn 2 days straight. Fall asleep. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. You mean to tell me you gonna pay for that first physical date with each other? You trying your best to lie.
I would expect you. I would definitely expect you. I definitely expect you to pay for that date.
That's what I'm saying.
What you say right now? What you say right now? What you say right now?
The whole time, Buddy was just saying that the man has to be financially responsible in the initial part of the interaction with the woman. And y'all have been arguing for 28 minutes.
They have.
Only for you to finally agree that he is right.
But I gotta understand, like the way Raynetta presented it, I understood. The way that he was presented it, I did not.
So if you was a lawyer, your damn client would be like, "Nigga, we finna win this shit."
Man, Lana just want to argue with me, man.
Guilty, nigga.
Lana just want to argue with me, man.
He just said
look, she had heart. She had heart.
That's what
I got. What is in your cup, Lana?
That be some crown and some ginger beer.
Like I said, this past 28 minutes has been Buddy with the bottle versus Lana with the liquor.
Hey, you're not gonna coin that phrase. No, okay? We are not gonna coin that.
Right now, what are your social media handles?
Raynetta Byers on Facebook, Mahogany_Ray on Instagram, and Royal Pettiness on Twitter.
Buddy with a B. What are your
Buddy with a B on Instagram, Buddy would be on Snapchat, Skinny Drink on Twitter, even though I'll be on that shit.
Keisha from Calculus, popping your neck.
Keisha Stansberry on Facebook, Keisha_from_calculus on Instagram, and Keisha Calculus on Twitter. BJ.
What?
Oh shit!
What emoji is that? Is that a bookcase or a bar graph?
It's an abacus.
Or a health meter for a bad guy.
He just told you what it was.
It's an abacus. Abacus?
You
know what esophagus?
No, that's the throat. That's
so what's the next person?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, nigga, but I'm not gonna sit there and act like I don't not know what it is. I know what an abacus is. Yeah, that's next to Keith's name. Yeah, that's like a tic-tac-toe board. But, Lana Dane, what are your socials?
Like Connect Four.
You can catch me at Elena Healer on Facebook, Lana Dane on Instagram, and STL_Creole Bombshell on Twitter.
BJ.
Sir.
Where's his camera? Like, I haven't seen him for the last 20 minutes.
My camera went out. Sorry.
That nigga eating or something. He eating, bro. That nigga on his major pain right now.
Hey, I ain't even seen him.
Yeah, he on this major pain shit. BJ, what are your socials, sir?
So I ain't got no Facebook, but I do got an Instagram. You can follow me at You Got to Listen to Understand.
Nigga, and I said that halfway through the conversation. I said, y'all are not listening to each other. Y'all just open talking to each other. But hey.
Because it was Buddy. Like, when Raynetta said it, I understood it. Like, I
told you, Lana just want to argue with me, man.
Buddy be poking niggas with a spear, boy.
I'm jealous of your puff. Like, I want my poof back. Like,
Lana just want to argue with the guy. Get your puff game up.
Buddy was right.
Like, yeah, I'm telling you, y'all had gave me a headache to the point where I was just like, oh my God. Like,
the firmness that you spoke to me in, I was like, oh, I need to listen to Ray.
I literally had text Lucious like, I'm about to go. I have a headache.
Hey, but your firmness got me, and I was like,
And I'm Pandemic Proof Lou. You can follow me on Facebook, Lucious Williams, YouTube, Lucious Williams. Like, share, subscribe to that
Mark this episode in the history because Ray agreed with me for the first time ever.
Man, it took an hour and 45 minutes, buddy, of an episode on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, Mark, this a holiday.
And right now, she got a headache because she had to agree with you. Now she feel good. She feel good. Well, follow me on Instagram, King Lucious the Great, Snapchat King Lucious the Great if you nasty. This is Lucious Williams and Friends Podcast, episode 43. Fuck with us.
Peace out, ho.
Hey.